It is absolutely stunning outside. I think I'm gonna go film outside. Hey everyone, I hope you are all well. Today, as you can see, I am in Iceland. I am in Reykjavik. This is where I moved. I'm sorry I haven't really kept you that up to date. I will be getting back onto it once my schedule kind of regulates. It's really beautiful weather. Like, the snow has been falling for the past few days. Before that, there was so much black ice. It was really slippery and I could barely walk. But it's looking so much better now, and I'm so happy about the snowfall. And I just thought, you know what, I cannot stay in when this beautiful snow is all around me, and so that's why I'm filming outside. The videos, the main video I've been wanting to film is why I moved here. That's a question I get a lot, so I just wanted to answer it once and for all. So if anybody ever asks me, I could just be like, hey, check out this particular video, check out this video, send it to them, and just be like, yeah, that's why I moved here. But I'm just gathering my thoughts, I'm gathering all my points. I'll put it together and I will make that video. I'm just so grateful and just so happy to be out here at the golden hour. As you can tell by the title of the video, this is going to be 12 things I love about Iceland. Now, I got mostly good feedback by the video I did with my sister. So much good feedback, and then a few racist comments and a few like just weird comments. I'm not even going to go into that, not even going to give it too much attention, because this is all about positivity and about the positives. So because that got so much feedback, I was like, hey, I'm in Iceland, I better make a video about the things I love about Iceland. Number one is, can you guess? It's nature. The nature all around, it's really beautiful. Actually, that's one of the main reasons I moved here as well. I just wanted to be around nature. I wanted to be around mountains. I wanted to be around like beautiful scenery, and every day, every single day, I get to look out the window and see beautiful nature, and that is number one. That is the number one thing I love about Iceland. Some of these points are going to be a little bit similar to Sweden, but they're more catered towards Iceland. So yeah, love the nature. Love the just like, I think I'll get into it a bit more in another point. I just love the fact that nature facilitates a lot of the energy in the country, like hot water and so on and so forth, and heating. The second thing I love about Iceland is the language. Now, I can't speak the language yet. I don't actually really understand the language, but I just love the fact that I'm living somewhere where I have the opportunity to learn a different language. In England, it's like you're not really pressured into learning. You don't really feel like the need to learn Spanish or French or Hebrew. Okay, that's not even good. Or any other language, but here it's like it's used in day-to-day life. It's used and you can't actually avoid it, and I love that. I love the fact that I'm forced into learning a new language. It's challenging, it's good, and I just always wanted to live somewhere where I had an opportunity to learn a different language, and I'm happy that it's Iceland. When I said that I was going to be moving abroad, a lot of you were guessing Sweden. Even when I was posting my pictures on Snapchat or my videos on Snapchat, a lot of you were guessing that I'd moved to Sweden. No, I hadn't moved to Sweden, I moved to Iceland, and this is where I am now. When I was at school, I used to learn French and a little bit of Spanish, but I had to drop Spanish because I found it too confusing. And then, of course, as you know, I grew up in the UK, so I never got the opportunity to learn Acholi, Northern Ugandan language. That's my mother tongue. I never got the opportunity to learn it because I wasn't taught it. I think African parents, we need to make the effort to teach our kids the language, our mother tongue, because it seems as though it's only Asian people who are doing this. Asians and other people, not really African people living in the diaspora. We tend to just stick with English, and it's so useful to be able to speak another language. And this is one of the reasons why I moved to Iceland, because then I thought to myself, actually I would prefer if my children were to grow up with 2 languages, and that is why, one of the reasons why I moved here. Some people might say, why would you want to learn Icelandic? Why would you even bother? Whatever your heart is set on, I think it's just worth learning. So I'm sorry about the noise, that can't be avoided. I'm outside. I'm either inside in a boring setting or outside in an interesting setting with a bit of extra noise. Okay, so the third thing I love about Iceland is that it's safe. Like, it has a reputation of being like the safest country in the world. Obviously it's not perfect, but I really like that, and I love to feel safe. In London, it's okay, it's not that safe actually. A lot of just very unsettling things happening, and it's just nice to know that if I happen to leave the door accidentally unlocked, nobody's gonna come rushing in and rob the house. I'm not gonna spend too much time on these points. If you feel interested in any particular point, you can always go and Google and see what information you can find, what more information you can find about it, because honestly, that is one of the reasons why I chose to come here. It's just nice to feel safe. I was quite blessed to be in London and feel quite safe there too. So the fourth point is something that's actually connected to the first point, and that is the ocean. Like, I love the fact that the ocean is in clear view and I can just walk past the ocean. Like, oh, that is just wonderful. Anytime I feel like it, I can just go by the ocean and soak it up. It's wonderful. So that is the fourth thing I love. Oh, not just the ocean, the oceans and the mountain. Okay, the sun is kind of going, but that's okay. So the oceans and the mountain in clear view every day. Fifth thing I love about Iceland is the geothermal energy. Now, they've done a very good job of making good use of the volcanoes, geysers, the whatever you call them. They have done a good job of using that to, you know, facilitate home heating, water. That's the water that I shower with every single day. The water that I use every single day is geothermal water, and I really love that. I like the fact that we're actually using a natural resource. Sorry if I'm not explaining it really well, but like I said, anything I mention, you can always go and look it up a bit more in depth. Another good thing about this geothermal energy is that it makes the bills cheaper. It makes heating cheaper. The houses are built a bit, you know, the walls are built a bit thicker to keep the insulation in, so you're never cold inside. Like, I never have to wear 2, 3, 4 layers when I'm in the house. I'm always in just one layer and it's enough. It's great. The sixth thing I love about Iceland is that Reykjavik is like a little village in a way. Like, the city center is like a little village, but then getting anywhere within the city center is quite easy, or getting to a friend's place is quite easy. So I love the fact that I'm comparing it to London because that's where I've lived before. That's where I was living previously. Compared to London, you want to see your friend, you have to travel at least 1 hour to get there, or not even to get to your friend's place, just to get to a place that's not too far for both of you. So I like the fact that it's like a little village. If you come to Reykjavik city center, you'll notice that you can walk around the whole city center in a really short amount of time. It's almost like Paris, but actually Paris is a bit bigger. Reykjavik is a bit smaller, and then the suburbs are not too far from the city center, so it's really good for commuting. I live around 40 minutes, I live around 35 to 40 minutes walk to work, and I work in downtown. If I was to get a bus, it's literally 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. So the seventh thing I love about Reykjavik is something that I never really expected, and that is a Christian presence. I never actually thought that there were like many Christians here. I mean, I kind of knew, because for some reason, I don't know what reason, before I came here, before I had any plans to come here, before I even had any idea of coming here, I actually started researching churches in Scandinavia, in like all the different countries, like actually not all of them, just maybe just Iceland. That's it. Okay, I said all the countries, but it was just Iceland. So before I came here, I actually started looking into churches in Iceland. I don't know why. I can't remember the reasoning behind me searching for churches in Iceland. Sometimes you're looking for something and you don't know why until something happens, and then you realize, oh, that is why I was looking for it. So yeah, I love the fact that there is a Christian presence, even though, I mean, I don't really like to call myself religious, but by the fact that I actually talk about God makes me come across as a religious person. Do you know what? I'm not even going to fight it. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. So I like the fact that there are people here with faith that I can connect with. It's actually helped me in various respects, actually quite a big way. Being Christian has actually helped me in this city. So hey, love it. Love the fact that there is a Christian presence here in Reykjavik. Oh, by the way, the reason I say this is because I actually knew that this country is not very religious, not really into Christianity. It's like more of an atheist kind of place. So that's the reason why I even bother mentioning. So the 8th thing I love about Iceland is the gender equality. A woman can do anything a man can do, and better if she wants to, and women are actually encouraged to do the things that men do, and Iceland has been the first place to make it illegal to pay a woman less than a man. So the first place to actually introduce and establish equal pay for men and women. So yeah, gender equality, another thing that I love. So the 9th thing I love about Iceland is the networking culture in a way. I'm not sure if there is a networking culture or if I've kind of been exposed to it yet, but I just feel like it's a bit easier to network here in Iceland, mainly because it's a smaller place and there's so much room for improvement. There's so much opportunity for improvement, opportunity for growth, and for like people to step in. Yeah, that is the 9th thing I love about Iceland, the opportunity for opportunities. Yeah, networking. 10th thing I love about Iceland is the union. Not quite sure if it's established by the government or by something else, not too sure. Basically, this union is something that you pay your salary into monthly. I don't think it's very much, but what you get back in return is quite a lot. And these people actually fight for your rights, for equality and for fair treatment in the workplace, in whatever, in just everything. And that is something I like. I heard a lot of good things about them, and I support it. So the 11th thing I love about Iceland is the tourism culture. I feel like it's provided a lot of opportunities for people, both Icelanders and foreigners, and I think that it's something that we owe to nature and like the initiative of people. Natural disaster, a volcano, because I think it was from then that, you know, Iceland started to gain a lot of popularity and the tourism boom just kicked in. And actually one of the main reasons I'm even here is because of tourism. I feel like everybody has been able to benefit from this, even though there have been a bit of, you know, a few setbacks with you know, accommodation in Reykjavik, people renting out their places for Airbnb, people not being able to get accommodation, etc, etc. I feel like in other ways people have really benefited. Obviously there can't be tourism without attractive things to see, without attractive sights to see, without the attractive nature. So that also links into my first point, loving the nature. So the 12th thing I love about Iceland is the fact that it's so close to the UK. Now I think I'm getting a bit spoiled because I can barely handle those 3-hour flights. I've flown back after 3 months because I booked myself a return ticket just in case things didn't work out for me. So I'd flown back just before the 3 months ended. I feel like 3-hour flights are too long, especially if you're sitting in a very uncomfortable plane. But anyway, my 12th point is that it's very close to the UK and it's really easy for me to go home. I kind of feel like I'm getting the best of both worlds by living here because I don't have to miss home for too long. If I miss it, I can go home. It's not like I'm living in Australia or somewhere really far away. I'm just in Iceland and I can go home when I feel like it. So I love the fact that Iceland is not too far away from the UK. Obviously for you it might be a bit different. Maybe you are actually from Australia and to get here is like a really long journey. But I think if you do come here, it's still going to be worth it. You can always find people to connect with, you can always find friends, and you can always Skype your family, but it's just nice to really go home and visit family. I mean, the last time I went home, I could just tell that I really needed it for my soul. It was so energy boosting. It's so nice to live abroad, but it's so nice to go back home when you actually genuinely really need it. So point number 13 is that Iceland is very connected. Very connected to the world. Still a bit backwards, but very connected. Still a tiny bit backwards in a couple of ways, and but I'll talk about that in the 12 things I hate about Iceland. Actually, maybe not even 12 things. I don't know if I could think of 12 things, but you can use your debit or credit card everywhere, so you don't need to carry around cash. In 4 months that I've been here, I've not once ever withdrawn cash from a cash machine. I just use my debit card, local bank account. So I love that. I love the fact that I don't have to be carrying around coins and all that. It's good. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Let me know, what things do you love about Iceland? Are you from Iceland? Do you live in Iceland? Would you like to come to Iceland? Have you ever been to Iceland? What do you think of Iceland? Tell me, what other things you love about Iceland? Leave them in the comments below and share them with potential visitors, locals, whoever's watching this video. I know people out there are going to be watching this video, and I know you're going to enjoy it because you're going to be able to relate to some of the things that I'm saying, if not all of the things that I'm saying, or maybe not. Maybe this is something insightful for you. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you turn your notifications on so you know exactly when I've uploaded a video, and make sure you follow me on all my social medias so you keep up to date with me. Alright, so I'll see you in my next one. Bye!